Okay, guys, I'm going to be super careful in this video, so bear with me. Serco wins new contract worth up to 322 million to run test and trace centers. Outsourcing giant Serco has won a new contract worth up to 322 million to continue running COVID-19 testing sites for another year. Bosses, aka the Society of Jesus, said they signed a new deal with the Department of Health and Social Care to operate regional, local, and mobile testing centres in England and Northern Ireland following a competitive tendering process. There was no competitive tendering process. They knew all along who was getting this contract, guys. And these test and trace centres, in my opinion, it's not a good thing. So 322 million contract to run test and trace centers. Skull and Bones, guys, they are heavily connected with the number 322. Heavily connected. And this news of this 322 million contract, okay, it was published and announced on the 179th day of the year. And 179 is the 41st prime. NHS equals 41, as does Skull and Bones. How interesting. And 322, guys, March the 22nd was the 81st day of the year. And it was this man, William Shakespeare, the 81-year-old, who was the first person to be vaccinated. He has since died of unrelated illness. How interesting, eh? So when you type in test and trace centers, it equals 70, as does coronavirus. Interesting. And the news was announced on 75 date numerology, and Serco equals 75. So I was doing some research, guys, into Skull and Bones 322. Okay, and I had to take an image. This is just hilarious. So look, I was doing my research. Look here, 0.56 seconds. So they're saying, well, Google. Think of Google, guys, the massive G. The Masonic symbol is a giant G. And we know G is the 7th letter of the alphabet. But anyway, Google state that Skull and Bones 322 is searched for every 56 seconds. Really, 56? Like coronavirus, like Society of Jesus, like Black Lives Matter, like unemployment, like cashless society, all them that equal 56. It made me giggle. It really, really, really did make me giggle. But not as much as this made me giggle. The first person to be vaccinated, William Shakespeare. Guy from Coventry, where the playwright William Shakespeare was born. It's just beyond the joke at this point. And again, when this came about with William Shakespeare and people didn't question it, I was like, what's going on? Are people honestly under a spell? I had friends saying to me, come on, there's more than one William Shakespeare that's ever lived. I'm like, okay. But the first one to ever get vaccinated, it's called William Shakespeare, and it's 81, the ritual number. And he's no longer with us now, or at least that's what the news reports. Mr. Shakespeare. And this pose here, I've noticed it, Tesla did it a lot in his photos. It's probably some Masonic pose. Nikola Tesla always seemed to be posing with his knuckle like that on his cheek. But anyway, I wanted to share this, the 322 and 56, and also the announcement with the 322 million contract. What an absolute disgrace, guys.